going on, guys? Let me know if everything is sounding right. If we got audio, all that good jazz. Well, we see how everything is running here because I set this up in a bit of a hurry. As always, actually, I mean, I say that every stream, but this is the busiest time of year for me, so it is pretty difficult to get everything set up in time. So yeah, what's up, chat? Let me know how you're doing. We got Logic, iMercenary, Mega, Holy Short, Mock, Jay, all hanging out. Looks like you still have slow mode on from last time. What are we up to here? Not even going to have music for most of it because we'll have game music. Probably my audio is a little weak too, so let's check that. Toss a gain filter on there. And we'll give it about 10 decibels of gain. Check, check, 1, 2. That is probably less bad. Let's give it a little bit more. We're always building the plane as we fly it here. There we go. I'll take that. Holy shit, I've been practicing a lot. Got way better. Very cool. Jack, how's it going, buddy? We're doing something a little different for the YouTube stream, and then for Twitch, we'll be back on Assetto as usual. And we got 2 new tracks queued up for Twitch, so I'm excited for that. But before that, I'm going to be doing a little initial D shredding because I felt like doing something different. And actually, I really enjoy playing this game. Just haven't actually got it set up. And also, when we get into the main game screen, you'll have to be ready to tell me how much to adjust the volume because it is notoriously loud. So headphone users beware. But we'll get it set up with your help. FV Mods just finished fixing the shifter. Very good. Hopefully that works well. Beginning was very quick. Yeah, we didn't stay on the stream starting soon screen for too long. You guys ready for some initial Ds? Looks like we've got good battery on everything. Just checking out all the new gear. Because knowing me, I'll probably lose something midstream. It's just a matter of time. Okay. I'm gonna exit this session and we'll get it fired up here pretty quick. What is up, Doomy? How are you, man? And while we get everything fired up, I do want to say shout out to our class of 2021. Everybody, whether you are graduating from, gosh, elementary school, middle school, high school, college, or anything else, moving on to the next stage of life, I want to say congrats to you guys. It's a big deal when you level up like that. And I vaguely remember what that was like, so way to go, well done. The next step will be even cooler. So there's that. I'm going to exit this session. Yeah, these are actually scenes that Mocked put together for me. So, but specifically, a couple shout outs to just a few people that I know. I know there's more than this, but Logan, and JT wrapping up high school, and then also to one of my mods, Shadow Hunter, who's wrapped up his degree at university. So well done, guys. Very, very well done. It's always worth it as long as you finish. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to switch scenes in just a second, and we're going to pick up Initial D arcade stage audio. And that's why I'm trying to be careful. Because it's an arcade game, it's coin-based, and so you can't really pause it. You just pay money and keep playing, and then when you quit, it just starts playing like cinema stuff because that's what arcade games do. You know, they're always moving. So I'm trying to make sure. Here we go. That we don't have anything too crazy. Okay, we should start hearing some music here. I'm gonna toss my little screen up. All right. You'll have to let me know how loud this is. I wasn't driving, I was just letting the car chill. But I'm going to talk a little bit, I'm going to watch chat, and we're just going to let this sit here for a second while we make sure that our audio is. I think a good wheel to start with is check 1, 2. Alright, we've turned that down significantly. This is going to be controller. Or sorry, this is going to be wheel. Is this sounding decent? Mic check 1, 2, mic check 1, 2. I know that there's about a 5-7 second lag on YouTube content. We're good? Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you for your patience on that. And now we're going to get straight into it, finally. Always a little dicey to get started. Initial D. So, we're going to be enjoying some Initial D Arcade Stage 8 Infinity on the wheel. And actually, I'm going to cut to this point in the live stream once it ends for anybody who watches the VOD. What's up, guys? I'm Ben, and welcome back to another live stream here on KameTrick. Today, we're actually doing something a little different. We're enjoying some Initial D Arcade Stage 8 Infinity. So come along. We're going to be just doing a bit of a playthrough in my Nissan 180SX that I started the game out with, because I own one of those cars in real life, so of course I've got to enjoy it. We're going to give it a go here. Just going to pick our mode. What's up, Swift? How's it going? Gucci Wara. Oh, I love it. We're playing through story mode. I haven't actually played the story mode on this very much, so yeah, I'm on story number 6 of the Ocarina of Speedstars playthrough. You have to play through basically with each team. So we're just going to roll through here. See what we can do. We got Nakazato from the Night Kids coming out to challenge us. He says, "What's your name?" I'll remember that name. He's ready to get started. Do his Nakazato thing. It's going to be a downhill one race battle. How far can you go to keep up with me? Something along those lines. I speak Japanese for those of you who don't know. Let's see if I can remember how to drive this thing. This should not be too difficult. Oh boy. This is so different from Assetto Corsa that I usually do. Well, that's not so bad. Yay, we're alive. Yes, because we're totally running from an R32 GTR and like a SR20 S13. I feel like that's about as likely as the 8.6 doing it. So much one-handed driving because you have to shift all the time. Oops. Missed your gear there. Also, you'll notice that I have my clutch pedal configured as a brake, which is a little bit unrealistic. So feel free to rip on me for that. But the fact of the matter is that the Fanatec brake pedal is incredibly heavy, because it's designed to simulate like F1 type cars without brake boosters. So I just mapped it to the clutch, because in the arcade the brake pedal is essentially quite weak. All the pedals on these games are on-off switches, basically. I used to be really good in the arcade in the older version of this game. Back in the day. And I played initially Arcade Stage 4 quite a bit in the arcade. Oh, there we go. Cool, cool, cool. We survived. It says, my GTR lost a battle? What? Alright. Checking chat for a few seconds before I lose my ability to do that. What's up, Brian Minchok? Welcome back. We're gonna send it down the inside, indeed. Spirit of being a four-banger, indeed. Faster than the RB. Actually, yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, this is such a fun game. Okay, so we've just unlocked the Akina Speedstar sticker, and you can actually apply it to the car, which is kind of cool. What's up, Hongdalon? So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And now we're at the tuning menu, so we get the ability to tune. We can add a sports like resonator, we can do a mesh hose for the brake lines, or we can do a front underbar like a stabilizer bar. So we're gonna go suspension tune, or body tune for this one. Get that stabilizer bar. And we've got some money left over, so we'll go ahead and do power as well. I'm not particularly worried about it. Essentially, you just go through and you level up the car, and it gets way better. Masono, what's up, man? I've been speaking Japanese. I started studying in around 2004, and I got decent in the vicinity of 4 or 5 years later. It took a while. I used to live in Japan. I was there for about 13 months. Rocket Bunny, hey, sorry I missed your comment previously. LFS is a great game. I own it. I have drifted in it for quite a while. I haven't really drifted in it recently, and I haven't made any online content about it. But yeah, I do enjoy some initial LFS. Alright, here we are. Iketani has got a request. He says, please let me drive or ride in the passenger seat and show me your attack line. And Kenji's like, hey, you're not going to pass out like you did with Takumi, right? He says, no, of course not. But you guys all know how this is going to end. He wants me to go all out. So we're just making a cruise. No battles. One of the cool things about this game is that it does have story elements in it, so you do actually get to do stuff like this. Alright, here we go. I'm not gonna pass him out as quickly as Takumi did, but bonk. Little wall tap there. Got him. So funny. I have not figured out how to actually get the gutter run for this version of the game yet for that turn. So you'll notice that I don't really use the gutters a whole lot. And the reason for that is mostly because, although that was decent, you can go faster if you don't go into the gutter than if you go into the gutter and then hit the wall a little bit. So a lot of times it's safer to just not bother until you're going for time attack runs. And like I said, I haven't really driven this game that much, so I'm frankly not good enough to yet. Oops, I was busy checking what gear I was in because I didn't plan it out. So it's that awkward feeling of knowing what you're supposed to do a couple games ago, but not knowing that it translates directly, as well as not being on the actual system. Alright, so we are rolling down the last part of the downhill here. Especially before you have your car full tuned, which mine is not very tuned. Whenever you turn too fast, the car scrubs heaps of speed. So it's interesting how you have to drive. And I'm going to be garbage at the bottom of Akina for a while before I get it figured out. Oh, the physics are so good on this game. At least we set a personal best. Okay. Assetto Ultimate Edition is $8. Nice. There might be an English patch that's complete to some degree. I wanted to, and I may still at some point. I'm kind of torn about whether I want to or not. I may make a playthrough that I translate, since I could certainly do that. So you also get these little badges, which you can't see because I have my overlay over top of my character image, because it just kind of looks lame. But I just get a badge that said something like, the passed out on the third corner incident. I think at some point in later parts of the game, when you have it full tuned, you can basically just turn it 150. You can, yeah. I had a couple of full tuned cars in stage 2, 3, and 4, and it is that way. And I've played 8 in Japan, but only on like short visits. So I just have to build the car up. It takes a while. There's like 5 or 6 specs, and I'm a spec 2, so it'll take a minute. Shakatang, drive my 82 Ford Zephyr. That's cool. 3-speed. 3 on the tree. CSLDD, it looks good. The boosted pack that comes, like, so the regular one is 5 Newton meters of torque. I forgot to continue. I'll have to go back and enter another credit. So we'll just enter a few credits there. Unlimited money, yay. Initiality. So the regular CSLDD makes 5 Newton meters of force, which is meh. My wheel, the Club Sport, which is a belt drive wheel, makes 8, and that's the same as what the boost pack for the CSL makes. So I feel like it's basically going to replace every wheel lower than that, including mine, which is great. It's cheaper than mine too, by like $100, so I think it's a good deal. I dig it. I'm in favor. Alright, battle number 8. Let's see who we got. I haven't been following it super close. Ooh. Impact Blue. My homegirls. I have that wing on my car. Alright, so occasionally they do these rolling start battles too, which is kind of neat. There's a lot of variety in this game for an arcade game. So we've got the little story intro cinema that happens during a race, and now we're going to start throttle on right here. So we've got Excel on. Here we go, starting at the top of 4th. Bump as we hit the wall. Like a tool. Because the like non-hairpin turns on this game are super weird. The car floats all crazy. So I'm actually better on like Ito Hazuka than I am at this track, which is hilarious. I think my car is actually a little more tuned than your car typically is at this point in the story. Oh, got an inside clip bump there. That was too slow, but we'll be fine. The story battles are pretty much winnable, except for like a couple of them on most iterations of the game, and I assume this is the same. Okay, we're gonna have to make a move here. Of course, it won't help if I can't figure out how best to go through all these turns. Yeah, it's weird. I'm so much more comfortable in the harder turns. Alright, and we made it. Very good. Alright, what do we got? The water cup, absolutely. You can actually replace it with a cup of green tea later. I'm not sure if I'll do this or not. Oh my god, Shakatang. Oh, that's not right. So you also do have a my character gauge, which you can use to customize your little avatar in the game. So we get plus 40%. Ooh. So we now get a slot machine reel for the character, so we get to just tell it when to hit stop. Let's see what we get here. What do we unlock? Looks like we're gonna unlock some eyeballs for the character. Looks kind of amusing, sure, just to be something different. So that's my little character avatar. They all start with like the most basic expression and like white t-shirt. and then you can get accessories for them as you drive more, which is kind of cool. Oh, dude, the tire squeal on AC kind of sucks. You're not wrong. That is so boring just to hear it constantly, but it's kind of how it is. Yep. The funniest thing about Initial D is the fact that you just like bump into people and nothing happens, for sure. Alright, who is ready for the next battle? It is our final chapter, racing with the Speed Stars. Drifto6666, what is that, man? Thank you. I appreciate the love. We've got one more battle here. I think it might be Ryosuke, we'll see. Yep. Then he says, it's finally happening. Please arrive safely to the bottom of the mountain. Don't do anything crazy. Ryosuke's like, yeah, I've been waiting for you. I figured you'd show up. My street racer blood is boiling. I'm definitely going to win this battle. Spoiler alert, he's probably not going to win this battle. And we are not at Akina. We're at Akagi. Here we go. And in typical Ryosuke fashion, he's going to let me go first. And then try to get the overtake partway through the track. So, the goal for this battle will be to run away. Bad gearing there, my bad. This game makes it super obvious when you ought to have shifted down. Ryosuke's over there like, I can tell the capability of the driver by watching their braking. Oof. Rude, brud. I would have died. Alright then, well, two can play at that game, sort of. Oh, it's so hard to pass people in this game. Alright, I think we're good. Whew. Another interesting thing about the Initial D series is that your car's gearing changes for every map. So like, a fourth gear corner on Akina is 100% not a fourth gear corner on Akagi. So what we're going to do is drop into second, get on the gas, and then as we see the exit to the corner, go ahead and go up to third. That is probably adequate. On the battle. Whew. FE in the server right on. I'll be joining in for the Twitch stream, so we're gonna just run Lime Rock for the YouTube time frame. and then at 10:30 we'll bounce over to whatever it is, Hex Mods, Driftland B, and then the Hush Compound. We're trying those out for the first time. Yeah, this is a fun game to play in the arcade for sure. For e-brakes, honestly, the just the eBay no-name e-brakes are fine. They do a solid job. Yeah, man, I'm glad to hear that your stuff is fixed up. Alright, so we're going to do the Night Kids story next. So this is where we actually join the Night Kids team, or try to, and play on their crew. So there's like 3 on the story mode that you start with. You can play on the Speed Stars, and then the Night Kids, and then the Red Suns, which is kind of cool. So Shingo's going to try to Shingo me and do Shingo things. I'm sure we'll get a few dislikes, you know how it is. But for those of you guys who are watching, if you're enjoying it, do please hit the like button. It does help the algorithm figure out what's up. Alright, so this is an interesting game mechanic where we are doing the like gum tape deathmatch. Basically what it is I'm not allowed to steer beyond a certain range. And if I do for too long, then it will like basically cause me to fail the mission. However, on this map it's really a non-issue. There's only like 1 or 2 turns where you might even need to. So it's stuff like that, where you just have to slow the car down enough and steer right up to the limit. And the car, of course, begins to turn at a certain point there when you get a slow enough speed. Not exactly realistic, but an interesting mechanic to try to work within. Yeah, that is kind of, I'm going too slow is basically what he said, which I agree with. Whoops. Alright, this is clearly the point where I need to make a pass if we're going to here. Now we're good. Cool. And there we go. What's up, Japan? Yeah, man. I played this game in the arcade too. I've played, let's see, initial D second stage, third, fourth, and maybe 6. I think I played this one at one point, but in any case, we managed to survive. Initial D is a game? Yeah! Yeah, it started as a manga, which is a comic book if you don't know Japanese, and then it became an anime adaptation, and that's where it became the most popular. And they also made a, like, 9 title or something spin-off arcade series. There's a PS2 and maybe a PS3 port of 2 of them. And that is, I think, all that there is. Alright, we're going to move on to the next stage. So, if we just took out Shingo, then you know who's going to come along next. It's got to be Nakazato. He says, oh, you're a new member. So he's curious how good I am because Shingo said I was decent. And now he wants me to actually go battle other people. So it's going to, like, put me up against a bunch of random computer drivers, but this is the interface for the multiplayer system. What's up, 39T? So if you're actually in the arcade in Japan, then all the arcades are connected by internet, and you can battle with people in other areas. So it'll actually say, like, this guy's at Game Park. My Japanese is having a fail mentally. But it's just kind of cool how it works. So we're going to do a couple of these random battles, get through it. I should get through 2, maybe 3. It doesn't really matter. This is one of the ones that you don't really lose. You just go until you get beat by somebody. So FD versus S13 on, like, the beginner track. So we're just going to be chilling for a minute. Switch over to our battle view because I forgot. Yay, Stream Deck. Gotta remember to turn the wheel so much more aggressively to not end up stuck on the inside. But this is effectively what it's like to actually play the multiplayer in Japan, which is kind of cool. I don't even think I use second gear anywhere on this track. If the car was full tuned, I could do almost all of it in one gear, maybe all of it in top gear. But again, we're just chilling. Trying to get this car leveled up, get all the stages cleared, because then I can level up other cars and play any stage at any time, and I can skip the boring ones like this one. So we've got a couple more laps to do here. And this stage, for anybody who is curious, is Akina Lake, basically. Which there is an Akina Lake mod for Assetto. I've not played it. I think this is the last lap of this. I hope this is the last lap of this. Yay. Alright, so yeah, not particularly close. Sorry guys, it takes me a second to get back to chat because unfortunately there's no real downtime on this game. Yes, I am on a Fanatec Club Sport 2.5. This wheel I bought used to save some money, and I've been driving it for 2 years straight now, and it's been doing great. Alright, so we have got our next random battle lined up. And we will see where we're at here. What ends up killing me is we go, at some point our random battle takes us to a track that I don't even know, because I haven't, nice, a Civic. I haven't driven all the tracks in the game, so like there are some that I just don't even remember, and I'll get killed on one of those. So this is Akagi Uphill. Which probably also has different gearing from Akagi Downhill. Just what I need. And a reminder for anybody who's just tuning in, we were playing through the story mode of Initial D Arcade Stage 8, Infinity, and we have been tasked by Nakazato and the Night Kids to battle against various people and build up our skills. So that is what's actually going on right now. We're trying to clear the team side, where we play, this time, as a member of the Night Kids from Yogi. God, it's so challenging to pass people in this game. Because if you hit the wall while you try to pass them, then you lose like that. You lose all your speed. So the little water cup's going to get beat up pretty bad as we attempt to make our way past. Man, this is where I should have passed, but I bonked the wall just before this section. You need that third lane to have any hope of getting by sometimes. Whew. Just barely squeezed by on the last turn. And I think the next track is one that I don't know. I think it's actually Scuba Fruit Slime, which I've played way more in Assetto than I have in this game. So we will see about how terrible my ability to adapt Assetto Corsa realistic simulator over to Scuba Fruit Slime is in its Initial D. Track swap is at 10:30 It's at about half an hour. I put clutch as foot brake. They don't have a handbrake in this game. Just because the foot brake on a Fanatec setup is a real pain to keep up with. Alright. So, win or lose, we'll be able to continue the story mode on after finishing this. Heaps of people have tried the Water Cup Drift, including Keiichi Tsuchiya and several other people on option. Aaron Losi from Lone Star Drift has recreated it a few times. Oh yeah, this is a very different track. But I am going to have to try to sight read the map while I drive. Oh Jesus, I'm terrible now, all of a sudden. All those really slow courses. Throwing off how I'm used to driving. God damn. Yeah, the car doesn't handle the same on these maps. It was like sluggish as all get out on Akagi, and now it's pretty quick, and I'm sluggish as a result. Already a fourth of the way through the track, and I'm not remotely competitive. Fuck. This is where practice would be great. Oh, this is that map with the Evo battle. Doesn't help me, I still don't know the map. So, I don't expect this to go well. If I can sneak by, it'd be lovely. Yeah, it's nearly impossible to keep the AI behind you if they're faster than you. They just push you out of the way. The game's waiting for that is super weird. And it's actually my least favorite thing about Initial D. The arcade is just like really depressing trying to pass or be passed. Like I don't even try to block people. If they're faster than me, I just let them win. Because I feel like that's some cowardly, annoying stuff. I hate it. And it's fine. I need this battle to end so I can actually go on to the next story mode. Since, like, there's no winning it. You just, eventually, they give you somebody you can't beat. Okay, we can get on to the next stage now. Won 2 out of 3. He says, "You've gotten way better from the time that we battled." So, there we go. Mock, yes, that is how it's supposed to be. I'm not executing a track change while I'm playing Initial D. We're just going to do one map for the entirety of the YouTube stream, and then we'll do the other 2 maps once we go to Twitch at 10:30. And Chalk, I think AC2 can maybe offer a better tire model. We'll see. I'm really curious for AC2 if they're going to nerf everything. Do something that just jacks it all up, basically. like not allow mods or poorly implement mods that the community has made, or something like that. Okay, so on this battle, it is time to battle with Iketani, which shouldn't be too bad. Says if you go that far, I don't want to let you pass. So, try it if you can, basically. Which we will do. Yeah, now the car feels completely different to how it did that last battle. Should be a little bit less bad. Also helps that it's a track that I know from many instances of playing the older versions of Initial D. We're gonna slide on by. Oof. Yeah. You gotta learn how to do the gutter drops in any of these iterations of the game by trying and failing until you do it right, basically. So, anytime there's a gutter, if I even bother to try it, like here I'm not even gonna bother, I just end up having to try and fail. It's all the learning process, and maybe some people are afraid to show it, but I'm not. Alright. Survived. Is there a language patch? That's a great question. I know Japanese, so I haven't looked for one. There may be. He says, I just can't keep up. This guy really does have an amazing technique. Got our Night Kid sticker for beating Iketani, which is probably why there's so many people on the Night Kids. Where did I learn Japanese? Oh yes, we gotta get coilovers ASAP. I learned Japanese at university in America for 2 years, and then in Japan, where I used to live. I wouldn't say that I'm fluent, but I'm pretty solid. I don't need to use English to get around in Japan. Like if I'm confused, I can ask in Japanese for an explanation. Alright, so we're gonna battle Ryosuke uphill on Akagi, or sorry, yeah, Akagi. He says we're gonna wait a little bit because there's a fast car coming. let's check and see how good this guy is. So, predictably, we will do that. Says, I'll show you how difficult it is to attack somebody on their home ground. Says, hey, you're pretty good. You're actually keeping up with me. So funky the way passing in this game works. We're just gonna hang out until an opportunity arises. Ooh, he's getting quick again. Hopefully we can sneak by. Yeah, we're fine. As long as we can get out of that zone where they're like able to push you into the wall on the turn, you're fine. But that was the last turn, so that was a little tight. As I just bonked the wall because I don't care about my car. Survival. It's a good thing. G-Harg. What is up? Everything's going to plan, he says. So desu yo. まあ、久しぶりにイニシャル D をやってみて楽しかった。あとは何分？19分まであるんだ。どっち買おうか。Should I get a clutch? Should I get a larger throttle body? Or should I get a dry battery? We'll get a clutch. And on to the next stage. Writing in Japanese is a pain. But you can use a keyboard tool or a phone tool to actually, to like have the computer put it in for you based on phonetics. So you could type like tofu and then get the kanji for tofu to come up, but having to write them, it makes life way easier. You can tell what battle this is going to be. Of course, it is the classic versus Takumi on the downhill. He says, I want to see how far my technique can take me. And in the battle that never happened, that would have been rad if it did. Thankfully, the 8.6 is not crazy fast. on the straight here, so he says, "You're pretty fast, but not somebody I can't pass." He's like, "Oh, that was crazy. I wonder if I can keep up." Bonk. And Takumi's back there doing his classic, like, if he can turn at that speed, then so can I. I'm gonna have to play it safe here. And suddenly he's really fast. And suddenly he's no longer really fast. So the plot armor only goes so far today. Is that the blind attack? No, it's just that I left his ass. Alright. And there we go. Clear. What dock am I using? What do you mean dock? Superlit braking for the win, indeed. Oh boy, we got more character parts. Not enough to get new stuff though, which is fine. I don't care what my character looks like anyway. Ooh, an oil cooler. We're just gonna go right down the list, do our throttle body. And we'll move on to the next stage. Ah, to mount the steering wheel? Sure. So this is the Xbox Universal Hub. It's a Fanatec product as well on the Fanatec wheelbase. What's up, Caddison? 2 Logitech shifters because of warranty issues. 2 switchable shifters for Xbox. I have no idea. Nate, yes I am. Dude, for real, if they did that to Shingo, he would just straight up punch him. Like, no way. Or he'd punch him with a Civic, it'd probably be that. So we're over here about to get bullied by Team Emperor, by this guy who's actually a decent driver, but such an asshole that nobody likes him. So let's see how this one goes. What track are we even at? We're at the Miyogi track. This is back on these like easy tracks that are super wide where stuff behaves weirdly. So again, the car feels so different than it did the last couple battles. Alright, so we're just rolling through, finishing up this battle. I don't anticipate any problems. Oh. And I say that, and then all of a sudden he's right there. And there we go. I know, right? Speed boost straight away. Holy crap. That was hilarious. Usually they don't have a speed boost right there. But that's okay. We now get to see the epic pseudo smackdown move, probably. That's what we do every other time. Mecha Ippai Yabai Modo. Super crazy danger mode, or something to that effect. So an old video with you. Kill Care! Yeah, man, I used to live over there. Unfortunately, I don't live anywhere near that part of the country anymore. I'm over in the Midwest now, in the middle of the country. So unfortunately, it's not going to happen for a minute. But if I get the chance, I'll come back and drive Kill Care again. Alright, we have unlocked the Red Suns path now, so we can actually play as a member of the Red Suns, which is pretty rad. So, let's see how that goes. Yeah, I kind of hate that, like, tuning up the car's visuals is a separate thing. Like, you can do it, but you have to spend the money that you earn for upgrades on the on either tuning or body parts. And the body parts are pretty expensive, so I put wheels on the car. It doesn't have the stock wheels, and I put an exhaust on it, but I still need to do like a hood and fenders and stuff. So we're gonna smack Kenji down real quick, because there's no way a Q's would beat a S13. Just no. Now this time, I feel like I'm the one with plot armor. Yep. So go ahead, do your thing. Follow the storyline where they're like, oh yeah, it looked like this other guy wasn't even trying. I'll show you how amazing the red suns are. Keisuke and Ryosuke are back at the top of the hill like, look at this fool. If he loses this battle, we're just gonna make him be our, like, water boy for 4th stage. But he does have the right idea about one thing, which is that if I can't get in front, it's fine. Like, he doesn't have to leave me in the dust, he just has to keep me behind him. And we'll just wait for our chance to make a move, although gosh, this is a tempting spot because he is quite slow here. Oh, he's no longer slow. Sneak through here? No, that's too dangerous. So it'll be the last 4 corners or thereabouts. Just call me slow. You got passed on the outside, fool. Alright. A little too soon on the turn in there. And there we go. And we're about ready for our next thing. So we're gonna wrap up our stuff. Maybe Kenji just wears the Ryosuke mask. Oh, jeez. So we got a new badge. Basically, I don't hate the rain. And now we got a few points to spend. We're gonna get that rear rudder bar, which is going to allow us to get hopefully better turning and kill some more of that understeer so that I can turn at the speeds that I'm used to, because of course you don't pay attention as you're learning, and then when you get to the end of the game you have your full tuned car, and that's when you really start doing time attacks and you start to figure out where you are skill-wise and dialing everything in. And so like all I remember at the end of it is what it's like to have a full tune car. So we got to work our way up. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. So we'll exit. It's going to say that we are offline, but it should save our data to the card. This is a cool little feature. So it calculates how many kilometers you drive on the Toge, and then it keeps an actual mileage gauge for you. So I always thought that was a nice touch that they included in some of the Initial D games. And then you normally have a card, and that card will come back out. What's up, Josiah? Kelpro, yep, we're about to switch tracks and get into it on that new 2 tracks. And so that, as they say, is that. Thank you guys for checking out Initial D Arcade Stage 8 playthrough with me. Again, my name is Ben, my channel is KameTrick. If you enjoyed what you saw tonight, hit like, hit subscribe. I also drift in real life, so there's all sorts of fun stuff going on. And we are now switching over from YouTube live streaming to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/KameTrick, where we're going to be doing Assetto Corsa tandems. I have a triple monitor setup. This game that we were playing tonight only supports 1 monitor, so you didn't even get to see all that rowdiness. But I'm going to take 5 or 10 minutes, change my stuff over, get my GoPro POV cam set up, because it's more or less like virtual reality but with triple monitors. And I hope to see you there. Twitch.tv/KameTrick. I'll drop a link into the description box for you guys right now. Good times. Very good times. Is this AC? Yeah, this is AC on minimum graphics, absolutely. We're switching over right now, though. There it is. Alright, that is the link if you guys want to join me. And as I frequently say, if you have a Prime Gaming sub that you're not using and you'd like to support the channel and what I'm doing, I would love to have your support over there on Twitch with your Prime Gaming sub. And we'll see you guys next time. Twitch or here on YouTube. Have a good one, dudes. Peace.